I kind of have to check because this is like a totally different YouTube name. Okay. I kind of have to check because this is like a totally different YouTube name. Alright. So I guess I can do this, right? Alright. Let's get back. So, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are on Fortnite Battle Royale. First time streaming here on my YouTube, on my PC. We are back. I've been trying to get this video for a minute now, and it's really been hard to do that because of just how everything is kind of like been. Okay. Hold on. Let me just. First time streaming here on my YouTube video for a minute now, and yeah, it's really been hard. So it's kind of been hard because of how videos are done. The videos are not hard, but when you're a one-man army, I hate editing as itself, and I don't have an editing software yet for here. But every single time I've kind of made a video, things have been very like echoey and stuff. In a sense of like you would hear two me's in the video instead of when it comes to the streams. And I have been wanting to make this video for a minute to explain why I stopped playing Fortnite. Like, I know I'm the type of person that has kind of like stepped away from YouTube a lot. And that's not like, it's been really a burnout thing. Like, I have had really no motivation, of course, but like that doesn't mean like just because I don't upload Fortnite that I don't play Fortnite. And I'm here to kind of let everyone know like that's not the case. I don't play Fortnite a lot, and just because I don't upload Fortnite doesn't mean I still play it. Everyone has kind of known this. Like, if you guys have been on this channel since like pretty much day one when I started streaming. I've been streaming Fortnite since 2017, 2018, right? Throughout that entire huge prime of Fortnite, back in Chapter 1, right? And when I couldn't stream, I would upload videos. And like I said, like when it comes to videos and uploading them, my biggest issue has always been that I've never liked editing because it's so tedious. Right, like you gotta cut every frame that you're not talking so it's not boring content, and then if you're talking about a certain subject and you start to ramble, you gotta cut that one and go back and cut it to when you start talking about it again. It's tedious for me because I just want to get it out there, right? And so I don't have an editor, and so I don't like editing, so I don't upload videos, and when I want to stream, it kind of fucks with my internet, so I just don't stream. Um, and the biggest thing for me was Fortnite was the biggest, hottest game back then. And because of that, I was already way, way, way far ahead than anyone else. Really. When it comes to being an unknown streamer, you get known for this. People have gotten known for Fortnite. And I took advantage of it back then. I'm like, I knew if I was to sit there and religiously stream every day of Fortnite, I was bound to make a following. Did it happen? Not really, because I just wasn't good. I wasn't putting out content that was good enough. And even then, people really didn't tune into a lot of different YouTubers. Back then, it was just the same, like, this is 2017, 2018, so it was like Ninja, Myth, Lachlan, Musalk, Allier. Those were like the 5 Fortnite YouTubers that you were watching. And then it became Laserbeam and stuff like that. And then eventually people started tuning into the pros. So it's like, you had to do a lot. Alright? And like, because of that, I started to get burnt out by like chapter 2. Right? Because like I said, a lot of it was fucking with my internet, and because of that, it gave me a good reason to stop streaming and just play, get better at the game, and then come back when I'm good and I can deal with the internet. But this isn't a reason why I stopped uploading. This is more of why did I stop playing Fortnite? And there's a lot of things that go into it. Number one is just quality of the game, right? Like, take off ranked, go to career. I have 195 wins. I've played 10,000 matches. I have 10,000 kills. Like, my KD like kills, they're like really on point. Like, this used to be really bad because I would hardly get a kill, and then I got better with them, but I just couldn't get wins. Like, I would have 1,000 wins if I won all my top 10 games, right? But it wasn't the case. But I was pretty much on average just getting a kill a game, right? And like a count level of 3,000, which people could be like, oh, that's not that good, because everyone's like, who's been playing since chapter 1, it's like probably 5,000 by now, right? 4,000. But the quality of the game, I love nostalgia. I'm a big nostalgia guy. That's why I think chapter 1 is still the best chapter. It's nostalgia, but it's also just like during that time of playing, it was fun and it was good. But when it comes down to the quality of the game now, it's like it's been overrun with AIs. When you play a game, 90% of the player base is going to be AIs, right? So you have like around 10 to 15 players that are real. Now, on console, it was like I was running the AIs left and right. Everyone had really made the switch to PC as well, but even then, it's still the same on this side. Like, it was really difficult for someone like me to play. Right? Because I was always going against AIs, and then the moment I get against a real player, I get dicked on. I liked it when you would go against a variety of skilled players, if it was low skill or if it was high skill, right? But it was that range because of the fact that everyone was being thrown in. We're pretty much creating these divisions of, well, he has 4,000 total eliminations and like 20,000 games played. So he's going to be in the worst part of the game. But even then, he's played 20,000 games, so he might get into a match with like 20,000 games. And that could be with 25,000 eliminations. So it's like, it's just a lot of, you're not putting people in the right things, so what's the point? Right? And this happened back to Season X, but it was like, just as I got better, I was going against better people, but it wasn't like, the way that people played became different. It became about how quickly can you edit, how fast are your 90s, how many high ground retakes do you know, how smooth is your building and editing, like, instead of the gunfights and the gunplay. the whole point of Fortnite's identity was building. And it became like just overrun by sweats. So it's like go into competitive, play competitive, allow people casually to play pubs. But they took down Arena, and Arena got replaced by Ranked. And I've said this before many times on this YouTube channel, right? Ranked is the worst version of Arena to ever exist. Right? It really is. It is the worst version to ever come out. Okay? Ranked compared to Arena, Arena had a very smooth, rule set when it came to ranking up. You get kills, you get points for kills, you get points for placement, and then there's a bus fare. Okay, for solos, what I remember was it was 10 points per kill, 25 points for top 25, 10 for top 15, 15 for top 10, and then I think it was like 60 to 70 points for a win, right? And so if you got all that, you got like a lot of eliminations, yeah. But sometimes you weren't walking out with 10 kills either in a win. Sometimes you're walking out with 3. So they were on average people getting around maybe 200 points a game if they were to get the win and a few kills, right? But to say that they were ranking up fast, yes, but when you got to Contender League and you were like that on the verge to hit champion was like 7,000 points, where the last Contender League was like, I think it was 5,500. So you still had 1,500 points to get, and not every time were you getting the win. Right? They did rank like this because the fact that I'm just going to assume that they wanted to add more divisions. Right? And they wanted to be on verge with everyone's rank system of bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and then whatever the hell they wanted to do after that. But by doing this, they did a percentage base, and a percentage base has never worked in my opinion. And now we're going on to rank 2.0, and we have no idea what's coming in with that. We don't even know when it's coming. Alright, and so stuff like that has pulled me away from the game. The gunplay has been very bad. My favorite gunplay was really Chapter 1 and 2, because it was very basic. But it's stuff like Chapter 1's gunplay was a bit better in my opinion, because they were adding guns like every season, and those guns were staying. So they were being added to the loot pool forever, and then they would get vaulted if they're coming out something identical, or like another SMG, and this one's too broken, and this one's already going to be broken, so get rid of this broken one for this one, and then we'll be fine, and then they would nerf it. But for me, has always been that as soon as they started to also create a lot of modes, they put a lot less focus on Battle Royale. The story has become very bad, the gunplay has become very bad, the battle passes, which is one of the things, if I had continued, if let's say I bought the battle pass into this new season, like obviously good battle pass, but I started to hate the season, I would always come back to finish the battle pass, always, because the battle pass was that good. But it has become a factor of the battle passes have become very bad, and it's just collabs. Like we have 2 collabs in this battle pass, right? Then we have the Dark Voyager brought back, right? Let's not forget that this is the same guy as this guy. Right? Come on, like, it has always been like that. Right? And so it's like the battle passes have gone down in terms of content and just terms of good skins, right? I wouldn't mind a collab in the battle pass, but it's become the fact that it's become every battle pass, and it's just like, I do like original theme skins, right? Like, I've mained a lot of skins before. My OG main is Elite Agent. of how sleek and unique and good this is, right? Which one? Yeah, okay. Rush Team Leader came out in Season 3. I did not know that. I thought it came out in Season 5. Huh. Okay, and then they come out with skins, good skins like Drift and Ragnarok. And another thing I hate is how the Battle Pass has been, right? To me, the best thing about the Battle Pass was the tier Battle Pass. That was Chapter 1's Battle Pass, right? It was play the game, level up, you're going to upgrade the Battle Pass if you complete weekly challenges, which for everyone would do. You would upgrade the Battle Pass. But then when we go to Chapter 2, they kind of made it like, well, if you play, yes, you're going to upgrade the Battle Pass because it's a level-based Battle Pass. And even then, I still liked that. I still thought that was good because it got people to go by faster and people got to go to other things, right? And it became like leveling up to level 100s. Like every single time you max out a Battle Pass, you wouldn't get level 100. You would kind of get around level 80. Level 100 were those people who sat there religiously playing the game, you know, and put a lot of hours in it, right? And it's always kind of been like that. But for me, the Battle Pass is after the fact, when they start doing the star system in Chapter 2, Season 7, which is like a refurbished version of the tier system. Back in Chapter 1, like we're gonna allow you this time to pick what you want. But there was rules. You had to, in order to get to the next page, you had to complete everything on the first page. And it was just filler things. And they would do these things that I started to hate, which was doing 2 pages of the same person. And to throw an extra skin in. This could be a challenge, right? You could bring back character challenges and have them sit there and upgrade the Battle Pass by completing challenges to gain additional styles. And instead of doing like skin variations, you would go back to emotes and you would go back to like other stuff, but they found ways to sit there and just do other things instead. And it's just like, it's kind of ruined that thing for me, because the Battle Passes have gone down in terms of like, there's been some Battle Pass I will say that I've liked in terms of styles. Like I did like the Greek god ones back in Chapter 5, even though Chapter 5 is by far the worst chapter to ever exist. I still like that, right? They're doing, supposedly there's a rumor that they're doing a Norse gods one next season. I won't mind that, because anything to do with gods and Norse and Greek, I'm gonna love. But it's the fact that you want to sit there and give Battle Passes that create a story. You want to give a Battle Pass that create grindability. What made Season 5 and back in Chapter 1 when they created it, well, technically Season 4, was you get the first skin and the last skin would be upgradable. And all you had to do was get XP. Right? The first one was technically Season 4, but that was a level base. Then they go to Season 5 and everything is XP based. Right? And Season 6 is XP based. And then Season 7 was XP based. And then 8 was XP based. And then 9 was XP based. And I don't think Season 10 was XP based. I think Season 10 was challenges. Right? But they would create challenges for you to upgrade those certain skins. And now every skin is upgradable. Every skin has edit styles. Okay, then you're putting them in the Battle Pass, which is to me wasting a page of the Battle Pass. Right? And it's just like, it brings me out of the game, because the Battle Pass ain't good enough anymore, and the seasons aren't good enough for me. So I'm like, I'm not going to put my time into this game. Right? When you take out stuff that I enjoy, like arenas, and you stop putting more focus into Battle Royale, and you start releasing modes like OG, Reload, and Blitz, you start to put less and less into Battle Royale, but even then, they start putting less and less into everything else, too. Because UEFN has come around, and now there are Roblox, right? And I never liked that. I liked certain maps that people play to warm up, but like, to have stuff like this around, it's just like, this is just not Fortnite. Okay? And so it's like they try to do everything to go in and please every audience. But for me, Battle Royale was always my favorite. And Battle Royale needs to start getting more love. Right? And it's like one of the reasons it'll just... Ooh. I want to know what that was. Yes, technically Playground did do that. I will say that. Playground created a lot of that. I will say. Personally, I was a big fan of Playground because I just like wanted to be one of my friends. But yes, Playground created people to become more sweaty. But also, that's the whole point of like what Creative did. Creative became like warm-ups. So a person like me back then, back in Chapter 1, like I wanted to be good. I saw my favorite players and saw how good they were and saw how much money they were making because of it. And I wanted to be like that. I wanted to be a pro player. And I was 14, 13 at the time. Like I could have had... I'm not saying that I can't become a pro now. It's just hard because I'm 21 now. Right? And to kind of continue playing like this, I can't do that. But, like, I'm not saying I couldn't, but I'm just saying there's a possibility that I'm just not going to be able to sit there and do everything and be as cracked as I would have been if I was doing this at 14. But Playground did create that. But Playground also created a lot of more fun. I get that people want, like, to die down and stop playing these so they go play Creative. I just don't like the way that they've done it because they put more focus, I feel like, on making sure everyone's game modes are great in here, that they've lacklustered these. Like Chapter 5 and 6. 6 was alright, but 5 was really fucking bad. It really was. Chapter 5 was piss poor. Okay, in my opinion. Like stuff that they were doing just weren't making me... I just didn't like. Right? And then 6 comes around and I like it towards the end when they did the superhero season for like the 15th millionth time. Like, yeah, I started playing Chapter 1, Season 1, and I played when Turbo Building got added, and Turbo Building became broken, and I'm glad it got nerfed. To me, again, I feel like they should get nerfed again. I love building, but I just don't like how people sit there and just, like, I'll play casually, I'll go into a casual game, and I don't want to see someone tunneling towards me, wasting all their mats, and showing off their edits and builds. It's a bit still too annoying to go against, but, like, Season X is people's most hated season because of the mechs. I love Season X, personally, because I got to go back to the OG map points that I played back in Chapter 1 and 2, well, Season 1 and 2. Right, and then, you know, the comment happened, instead of those salty factories, and Dusty's now a divot, right, and I liked some of the map changes, not all of them. I liked Gotham, Tilted becoming Gotham. I hated Zombie Retail. I didn't like Moisty becoming Prop Hunt. It was cool, but it's just like, it ruined, like, whenever you couldn't crouch. And then Greasy becoming Taco Time, it was like... But there were certain ones like, I like Starry. Starry was a cool one because it was very unique. You get stars and they were like, could be legendary weapons. It was the only way to get a legendary attack SMG. Like, I miss that stuff. Like, I miss Chapter 1. I know it's nostalgic, but it's just, like, I played that during that time. And that was, like, the only chapter that I played religiously. Like, I played every season. I've played every season in Chapter 2, in Chapter 3, in Chapter 4, in Chapter 5, and I didn't play Season 2 of Chapter 6. But, like, it was, like, the one I put most hours in, I guess you could say. I'll come home at recess time after school, and I would stream for 5-6 hours. And I was ass. I was really bad, but I didn't care. I just enjoyed playing the game, and it's just like, I can't... it pulled me out. That's why so many times I've been pulled up because of it. It's because Fortnite's just, there's so much stuff I wish that they would fix. But, which leads me into why I'm back. From what I've gathered from on X and from other YouTubers, they're putting a lot into Season 2. They're refurbishing every gun from this season. They get kind of like, they're keeping a few, but they're mostly wiping them out and adding in new ones. I don't want that to be a thing that they do every time, because it just ruins gunplay. Like, because it's supposed to be a chapter, and if we're getting technically, that would feel like a new chapter every single time. Besides losing a map, the map would stay the same. Like, I also will say this: I want them to make chapters longer. I missed longer chapters. Chapter 1 and 2 were so good, in my opinion, because of how long the chapters were. So I got to be on that map and enjoy that map. But after that, Chapter 3 was 4 seasons. I still love Chapter 3. I love that map, personally. Chapter 4, I loved Season 1 map because it felt medieval, and then it stopped feeling medieval after it. It just did too much. And the map started looking really disgusting. Like, visually. Colorfully, it looked awful. Someone who loved, like, who's a big Oni samurai type of Japanese fan, they kind of incorporated that in Season 2, and it still didn't look good. Because just how ugly the map looked. And then Chapter 5, I don't even explain why that looked visibly awful. Chapter 6, his map looked alright going into Season 1, but again, like I said, throughout the seasons, they just started to look awful. And then by the time we get to the Alien season for, again, I don't know how many times, it just was awful looking. It just was bad. Like, I'm back because supposedly it's making promise, but I still love the game. Like I said, I put so much time, like, and money into this game, where it's like, I know I don't have all the skins, but I have the skins that everybody wants. I have the OG-ness, I have I have pretty much all Chapter 1 Battle Passes. The only one I never maxed was Season 7 because I lost the internet. But every season was maxed, every season's got maxed styles. Like, I put that time in. But I want them to go back to story-based things and making a story, and the seasons were story-related, right? I want that. I want them to kind of go back and to bring it in the 0 point. From what we've learned is that that's what's happening, is that they're doing the 0 point stuff again, and I hope that is true, because that's what made Fortnite really good back in Chapter 1 and 2, and even 3 was the 0 point, and how much people wanted that power from the 0 point, and how the 0 point created the maps and started doing this. Supposedly it's supposed to leak into OG, which I do like, because it makes OG important, and as someone who likes to play OG time and time again, I'm enjoying to see that. I'm really glad to see that. But like, I practically have everything. I have everything like when I release, just because like I like it like that. Since they got rid of, but by the way, can we go back to having rarities? Like, I don't understand what's the point of, like, because at this point, what's the point of the V-Bucks balance anymore? Like, I just don't understand that anymore. Bring back that, please. Like we still have rarities with, you know, the Dark series and Marvel and Star Wars and DC and stuff, but like everything else, gaming, like icons, everything else is just blah. And then we got the Crew series. But that's about it. Like, can you please do that, guys? Can we? It would be very nice if we went back to rarities, because I like the rarities. It just visibly looked good. Why does Zoe keep going out? But I don't know. Like, and I'm like the one of few people. Well, not the one of few, unless you cried it. I have max color Omega too. That was hard because you had to get level 80, and a lot of people couldn't get level 80 if they were casually. I played at so much effort I put in. Like, I was not good, but I played casually and I got this. Like, my brother put in time and couldn't get this. right? Stuff like this, and this, and this. Even Catalyst. I think Catalyst is one of my favorite skins that they've added to this game. Where is she? I've lost Catalyst. That's right here. Visibility is like one of the coolest looking skins because it's the electricity and stuff. But it's this stuff they put in the game where they make people grind to get this, and now all that is really like bonus rewards. And even then, bonus rewards is still just not good in my opinion. Like some of them are alright. I think this one's like it's too dark, and this one's too awful in my opinion. I don't care that this is a movie. It just does not look good. Right. I don't know. But I'm back. I'm gonna be trying to do these streams. I don't know if I'm gonna do a stream today. I'm not really feeling the best. I might. If I do, it'll probably be at most like give or take 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I just want to get something to get to that point. And then I play on controller. Like I still play controller. I can't play keyboard. I'm so bad. See, like I would take those off. Like I would wear this and then wear the Vans. I'm a Vans guy. I have to get that. I got money. Like I want to start like buying skins. Like I have a hard time because like Fortnite skins have been so good, but sometimes there's just so much fucking collabs. Okay, I gotta also take that off because dude, her wearing Vans could be good. Is there like any other bundles I can get too? The Infinite Drift Pack. Why does this seem new? Who are like? Of course you got Fish Sticks and everything. This is pretty much Skull Trooper. Strider? Are we serious, guys? I think it's a pickaxe actually might be cool. Do I waste 18 bucks on that? That one's pretty cool. I don't like buy stuff a lot. Like I would buy this one, even though I have Save the World. Like it just seems like a pretty good skin, and then adding the Vans to it, I feel like it could be really nice. Cause I'm buying the fucking Vans. I ain't doing that. I'm not buying that. I would buy her. I probably would buy it. Like I'm probably going to because it's a few bucks. But it's just she does not look good. I don't know if it's just the hair or the face. Like this is someone you could definitely put Vans on and be fine. But like technically the colors wouldn't match. And then is that the 0 point? Yeah. That is so disgusting, dude. Dude, you're licking way too much. Holy. I think the one thing I've always wanted was that DC pack. I've had money to get it before, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Dude, the Vision pickaxe used to be the most sweatiest pickaxe too. Like now everything is like. I might get her, the Vans, and that drift pack. I don't think. Plus, I'll probably get the starter pack because it's a starter pack. Wait, is driver in here? No, because why would driver be in here? You know what I mean? See, Rapscallion could be good too. I gotta buy the Vans first before I fucking. But I also want to get this too. I got money. Hold on, how much money do I have? I would do this like all off camera. But I appreciate Leah though coming in and stopping by. Oh, Alexa. I said Leah. Alexa. I'm pretty sure Alexa's stopping by. Okay. Money. Let's check my bank. $667. So I'm gonna calculate this. I'm gonna come back and stuff, and I'll be back.